Yeah, all right. We're live. Welcome.
Perfect.
We're live. Hello, this is Does This Work? Comedy podcast. I'm Jared Herfer. I sit down with comedians at every level and talk comedy all the time. It's great. And my guest today, someone I've known for about the year that I've been in comedy. You see him killing it all over the place in pretty much every club that he goes to. Getting laughs at the Comedy Lounge and recently opening for the likes of Rove MCMANUS. One of the most likable guys in the Perth comedy scene, FELIX MAV, everybody. Yeah, there's going to be some applause going on.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I usually go on the stage, I go, woo! So, I fabricate it. Thank you very much.
No,
They're
you're
very
welcome.
nice words. And I don't think, I mean, if they saw me last night, they wouldn't think I wasn't doing well at all. But
Yeah, we'll get to that first, but my first question I ask everyone is, why comedy?
comedy was always... when I was year three, I was just talking to my mum about this. When I was year three, my mum said that my whole thing was I just wanted to make people laugh. Like, that's the job I wanted. I thought back then that the only thing you could do was be a clown. And I was like, I don't really want to be a clown. So I did. My parents are they're immigrants. So they came here. They just pushed math, science, and just grades on me. So but they both, like, my dad's a big fan of Louis C.K. My mum's a big fan, a very well-read woman. Like, we have thousands and thousands of books at my house, and a lot of them are comedy as well. There's a fantasy writer called Terry Pratchett that my mum's a massive fan on. So I've always kind of been. Then when I went to school, I was good at public speaking. We used to do a thing that you tell a story, do a 3-minute public speaking in front of the class, and the winner of that, the best, goes to the school, and the best of that, I don't know what they do, but I always just made funny ones.
Yeah.
And I found it very easy to make funny ones and just to do that. Then once I finished school, I never thought about it during school at all. And once I finished school, I was just talking to my friend on a bus, and he ended up being a comedian as well. But we were just chatting, and there were some people that were listening to us on the bus, and they were like losing it. They were laughing so much. And they were like, you guys should do comedy. Like, you guys would be great. So I entered Raw. When I was 18 years old, I entered Raw. I did very, very well on my first one. It was at the Comedy Lounge when the Comedy Lounge was at the Charles Hotel. And I think 300 people, I crushed. I did so well. Went to the semi-finals, crushed again. Went to States, and States used to be at His Majesty's Theatre. So it was my third gig ever. I'm doing like 1,200 people, and I'm the funniest man on the planet. I thought I was Dave Chappelle. I was like, this is easy. I opened with some new stuff, and I bombed so hard that I bombed. Oh my God. I remember that. I remember bombing so hard that people came up to me after the show. I was like, do you have a learning disability? Like, they really, and then I did that for about 6 months, comedy, enjoyed it. But, just started getting into, like, being a kid, being 18, doing that stuff.
Yeah. So you started at 18?
Started, like, right at 18, yeah.
Wow.
It was about 6 months. But there wasn't much of a comedy scene in Perth. There was Lazy Susans, which is a Brisbane, the Comedy Lounge, which I don't even know if they did open mics then. There was something at the Flying Scotsman. Like, it really was small. And then my friend, he kept doing it, got very good. Now he's in Sydney. I think he's kind of slowed down a little bit on it, but all the big comedians that came out of it all know him. Nat Demeanor, great guy. But yeah, he's very funny. And then 10 years, I studied the entire time. I was doing university in TAFE and everything. Did a couple of competitions and stuff. Did well in those, and then for like comedy, and then 10 years later, I just came back. Just got bored. I enjoy it. It's more fun than any other hobby that I've ever done. So it's just like it's something I enjoy. And also, the book, Running the Light by Sam Talent. It's a fiction book about a stand-up comedian, like a burnout stand-up comedian. He's done his rounds and everything, and in the book he said that, like, he's a piece of shit father, piece of shit like husband, piece of shit man, but he was funny. Like, he was proud that he was funny in his life, and I was like, yeah, man, I want to be remembered for being funny.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
that was the main thing of like why I decided. I don't think I'm funny enough, but
you're doing pretty well.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can convince some people that I'm funny, but nothing else.
So you had a decent start, right? You were getting through, and then the bombing started.
It was just, yeah. I mean, it was so different. Like,
Yeah.
it was performing in front of 300 people, then 300 people again, then 1,200 people, and then it was just such a good.
What a whirlwind!
And I remember the headliner when my first set, the headliner was some British guy. He was like, yo, you crushed it. He was hyping me up so much. He put me on his Instagram. He's like, this guy in front of 300 people, like, destroyed it his first time.
That's great.
And then it's just like doing open mics after doing like getting that high is such a downgrade.
Yeah.
But that's like what comedy is. It's
Yeah.
all open mics. But I just didn't really realize
Well,
that.
when you have a start like that,
Yeah.
it's so easy to be like, well, this is how it is. This is how it is, and this is how it's gonna be moving forward. I had a similar start in acting where I got signed to an agent immediately after I did this like short course. Yeah. And then that agent gave me an audition the next week, and I got that audition and I was on set a week later. So I was like, well,
she's just crushing.
it's just a commercial, but I was like, this is it. I'm done.
They say acting's hard.
and then just like comedy, it's months of nothing, and then you get an audition, you don't hear back, then you get another audition, you get through, and then it's months of nothing. But I did well enough my first like few years where I was getting a few commercials every year, and then I'm also playing music sort of as my main job as well.
You're like a all round kind of whole act. Like, you got the comedy, you got the music, you got the acting.
Well, anything to not actually have a job.
Yeah, I'm
and
with you.
that was essentially the motivation. Is I was working retail, I was doing sales, and I hated it, and I was kind of done with it. And my wife was like, "Well, leave, but you need to have like full-time wage." So I started a videography thing, which has since fallen away. I was playing like one gig every few weeks or something, a music gig, and then acting work then was quite a lot. So then all those three equaled like a full-time wage. I was like, all right, well, I'm doing. I started getting more music gigs, so I can leave full-time work, and I left, and then the music became. I was like 3, sometimes 4 gigs a week back then. Now I'm probably doing 2 or 3.
Okay,
and that's enough. That's like enough to be like a standard full-time wage.
That's good.
And then I also teach acting at night as well, like a few nights a week.
Yeah.
But again, it's at least it's stuff in the industry.
Yeah.
That I have an interest in, so it's not. But I get the start. And I had a similar start in comedy as well, where it was like we were just talking before we started rolling about sort of preparation before you start. So you didn't have much in the way of like, I need to learn how to structure a joke. You just would naturally. I feel like you probably understood the natural sound of like how to make something sound funny.
Yeah, I watched a lot of stand-up.
Yeah.
Like that was like a big memory for me when I was in high school. I didn't have a car or anything, and my girlfriend lived like an hour away by train and bus. So I would just download Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock, Louis C.K., one of their hours, and I would just listen to that over and over. Like, I could tell you Killing Them Softly pretty much off I know every single joke of that. I like love Louis C.K. I like all these comedians, and I just enjoyed them. Like, it was just a fun thing to. Are you
analyzing them, or are you just listening for
just
the entertainment?
listening?
Yeah, I used to do the same thing, man. On the way to back when I was working retail, I'd chuck on Spotify and I'd have just a mix of like stand-up comedian, and it's also, other than the fact that it's cool to study, it's like the best way to start your day.
Oh, it's so fun.
Like, if you like anyone watching this, if you like are on the way to work and you're like, I'm going to kill myself, listen to stand-up comedy instead.
Yeah, they'll tell you why to do it.
I'll give you the ABCs, how to do it, why you should kill yourself, why everyone hates you.
It's so much fun to get to listen. And then I did watch before I did Raw. So I did apply for Raw in like January, and Raw was March. I watched every single thing that was on Raw on YouTube. So I watched every, like, to see how a lot of them, and I'm not like saying the ones that went to Melbourne, I'm saying like the people that uploaded their own first heat, like nothing. Yeah. And that's where I saw Wolfie's, because Wolfie he was a state, or a national finalist in like 2012 or something
Yeah.
like that. He had great jokes then. Like he
Yeah.
was very, very funny even then. It makes even watching that now, because I went back to it, I'm like, oh, damn, he's better than I. He was 2 months in, he's already better.
I feel like all it takes though, and I've said this before, that is for you to see someone who's not as good as you could be.
That was
and
it.
you're like, well, I'm better than him.
That was
like,
you see one person, you're like, I could do better
yeah,
than that.
yeah,
And then,
yeah. Because when I decided to give it a go, I went to one of Xavier's rooms, and I went with a mate, and I was like, I didn't really understand the structure of an open mic. I didn't realize there was people that have never done it before, as well as pros. So I was like, some of them were great, and then some of them I was like, I turned to my mate, I'm like, I could easily do this. and then again, it was probably another year or so before I got on stage. But it was that I was like, I could do that. And then I, just like you, I started watching heaps of gong shows.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, I was watching all the live streams and stuff, and I was like, well, I mean, I could do that,
You see just one person that you reckon you could do better than,
Yeah.
and it's so like, I could smash that. You get up there and you realize it's not as easy as it looks, but there's some people that are just bad, and you can if you think you're funnier than somebody, then you're probably funnier than that person. There's a lot of bad people in stand up.
So it's a saturated sort of thing at the moment. It's such a popular thing to get into because I talked about this with Adam Bloom, and how because it's made to look so easy, you think like you think you're watching someone just having an off the cuff conversation. You think I could do that, like, so people just get into the industry.
Yeah, it's so like, obviously looking at somebody, you watch somebody like Mitch Hedberg. It looks more, it's more structured, and it's obviously, but somebody like, because Shane Gillis is the biggest comedian in the world right now. None of his comedy looks like it's really. It looks like it's just a guy telling a story, like having fun, and so that's why a lot of people go, I could do.
Same with Louis C.K.
Yeah, like
conversational.
I could say racist stuff.
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh, there's more to it.
So on like gong shows and stuff, when you go to competitions like with Raw or Next Gen or whatever, I know you didn't do Next Gen this time around. Are you there with an expectation that you're going to get through because you started so well, or do you have a competing thing in your mind that you're there to compete with others, or are you just there for the experience and you're not expecting anything from it?
Most like gong shows specifically, I don't expect anything, because there's so many good comedians, and there's so many people that I think just so much. I don't any competition, I just don't think I'm better than most people, unless like I feel on that night, like when we did Comedian of the Year and we both got through. Yeah, that was. Like, I didn't expect to go through it all.
Me neither.
But after I had my set...
I think for me, I
didn't expect... And then after I did my set and I did well, I felt like I did well. And then I started thinking like, I actually might go through. Yeah. But yeah, with gong, I've only gone through gong once.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you were like a regular...
No, I've only done it like 4 or 5 times, but yeah, I'm not really that big into gong. It's just I think people can see that I'm nervous on stage, and then when I'm nervous, they like, the only time I got through was so the way that gong works, I don't know if you're people in the crowd, everybody in the crowd has a paddle, and when about 5 or 6 paddles come up, you get gonged off the stage, and it's brutal. It is,
and I think like the reason. I like the vibe of the Comedy Lounge is great, purpose built. It's amazing. The gong show specifically, because people are there with this like, it's a participatory thing. They want to participate in someone being gonged off.
They are there for blood. They're not there for comedy.
No, that's right. And because they're not there for comedy, and you know that they're waiting for a chance to get those paddles up. It's not a fair judgment of your material that you're trying out. And B, like whether you make it through or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's such a like flip up as well. Like you could just, I mean, I've seen people that just were terrible, but they like first timers or something, they go up there and they just tell a story for the entire time, and because people are waiting like, when's this? What's gonna happen? They're like, they don't put their gongs up, but you say a joke early, it doesn't vibe, and then it's like, so they just know it's like, okay, that one didn't land.
Yeah.
If another one doesn't land, the gong's going up. So
When you talk about being nervous on stage, like I would completely think that was like part of a stage persona of yours. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? You come on and you like, if you seem nervous, I would immediately think that this guy's putting on a nervous persona. Do you have a stage persona really? You don't
Nah.
really. You just get on.
I kind of just, I'd want to, like Adam Bloom's whole, like the character thing, and I don't know how to, I'm just kind of myself on stage,
Yeah.
and I'm just a more nervous version of myself on stage. So I don't,
Is that how you would describe your like your persona then? Like your common voice? Yeah.
That would be, but I don't think I have, like my favorite comedians are, I'm still just so like bad. I listen to my set and I'm like, oh my God, because I compare myself to my favorites, and my favorites, they've been doing it for 20 years. So obviously I'm not going to be anything close to them, but it's so hard to, I don't know. It's going to take a long time, and I'm still trying to write. I'm bad at writing. I'm bad at, I think a lot of people think that I've got confidence when I go on stage, and that's what I get a lot of compliments on. But I don't know what I'm doing on stage. I go up there, I just say words. And
I mean, there is something to fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
Because I'm often not confident when I go up on stage, unless like depending on the gig. Whereas, like, you know how you not outgrow, but you can sort of get used to certain, you know, we're talking about your gig yesterday.
Yeah, Mad Cow is...
Yeah, so which is great for trying our material.
It's amazing, yeah.
But I'm not nervous to go there anymore.
Yeah, I was just feeling that yesterday as well, where it was like, I didn't really... there's no reason to feel nervous. There's no reason to feel nervous at any open mic, really. Like, some of them are obviously a bit more important than others, because the people that run pro rooms. But... open mics, you should kind of obviously don't like waste 5 minutes.
No.
But you should go up there, try and do your stuff, and like don't. It should be, every open mic should have a purpose, but you shouldn't be nervous. But it's so hard to say.
No, well, I mean, I think I might have posted a clip already of Chris Pacillo in here talking about the best advice he ever received, which is that do comedy like Perth doesn't matter, because it doesn't.
There's been so much advice, but I can tell you the best advice.
Yeah, go.
The best advice I ever received was do comedy like Perth doesn't matter, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a revelation. You know, I'm like worrying about how this open mic's going to go. And I'm like, oh, this is an open mic in a suburb of Perth, which is a skid mark on the arsehole of the backwater of the world. And it's like, does it matter?
He goes on a rant about Perth. I don't think I've posted the full clip, but I'll do it this week. But it was great because I'm like, he was like, I don't want to quote him, but it was a good point.
Now, Chris is great. Chris has helped me so much in comedy. Like I've only been doing it for a year, but he's taken me under his wing.
Yeah,
and I appreciate him so goddamn much about that. He's like helping with Port City and everything, getting opening rooms sucks. It's like and running a room, and it's not. That's not obvious. That's not why anybody gets into it. They don't want to go. They don't want to like deal with the bureaucracy really. And it's some people are better at it than others. But Chris like letting me help out and stuff like that. I can't help but stop thanking him for that. It's one of the best things.
Because you are that was going to be one of my questions. So thanks for leading me there naturally. So you're also you're behind the scenes now helping run 3 or 4 rooms? I'm even more.
A couple, but it's like I help with the audio of some rooms, and I help with the background of some, but I'm not really doing anything. The only one I'm really doing something for is Port City. I'm getting paid to do audio at Leaderville, and Mad Cow. I kind of help around a little bit, but like nothing. All those, there's so many people that help in the scene that it's like it's not anything really for me to do, because there's just so many people, and everybody's nice as well. From what I know, nobody's been a piece of shit. Everybody's so friendly and like supportive, and wants everybody to do well as well.
It's such a supportive environment, and that was my like nervousness about getting started. I'm like, are they gonna I'm going in by myself. There's no mates. You know what I mean? I came in at 39. There's there's young cats. There's old cats. There's like. Yeah,
but it's like a nice melting, like because there's no barrier to entry for stand-up. You could just jump in.
That's it.
So it does. You get the worst of the worst, but you also get like people that have a similar interest to you or similar like sense of humor. And those people, it's very easy to become friends with those people because if they have a similar sense of humor, then it's like, oh, okay, I guess we could just talk, we can have fun, and everybody just seems nice. Like back in the day when I remember doing it was nice, and there was a couple of people that were really kind to me, but I was incredibly nervous. I was so I didn't have my license either at the time, so and I was just quiet. I would sit there. That's why I've been so much more since I've coming back. I'm like I say hi to everybody. I shake hands. I make sure everybody sees my face and everybody knows who I am, because I think that is putting yourself out there just in anything though. That's
and again, you've brought me to another question, which is how important do you think is an online presence? And we talked a bit before we started rolling about promoting yourself, and like it sucks. I'm not good at it. I really don't do it with comedy, except when I post where I'm going to be. Yeah. But I don't post videos of myself.
No,
like I know there's other people that do it. I don't do it. Like this is about as much as I'll do it.
Yeah.
Which is this. But yeah, how important do you think it is to be a comedian today and have an online presence?
I think it's like, I mean, I'm definitely hypocritical by not having. I really do think it's one of the most important things. I think it's so. It's not obviously. I don't think it's important to be a good comedian, like your online presence or to be actually good at stand up. It matters nothing, but to get tickets, to like grow a fan base, to get people like interested in you. That's because back in the day, it just used to be like you had to go on TV and like you had to go on the Tonight Show with Carson, and that was the only way you could do it. And if you weren't called up for Carson, or if you did poorly in Carson, that was your entire career. And then people started, then the whole Montreal and JFL and that kind of stuff started happening. And like you needed that to get, it was all TV. And now since, I don't know when YouTube started, but like since...
or even since TikTok.
TikTok, but like, I mean, I use YouTube as an example because I haven't had regular TV in 15 years. It's been so, I've only had YouTube. So YouTube... Right now, YouTube is the second biggest search engine on the planet. Yeah. Google is number one. But Google is dying. It's losing market space words. I know them. It's losing its like market share. That's the one that I was thinking of, to ChatGPT. Because right now people just do ChatGPT. So I think YouTube is going to be... YouTube can't die. I think YouTube is so big. Yeah. It's so, I mean, it's owned by Google as well, but it's so important. I think regular TV is going to be completely gone. Yeah. YouTube and TikTok subsequently, I think those things are going to be so big that if you don't have presence on them, I think being a comedian is going to be incredibly hard. Yeah. Unless you like are friends with people that own on maybe a popular podcast and you can just jump on that and like boost your stuff. But unless that, I really think having I mean, there's people touring Australia right now only based on their like TikTok following and their, and people are getting on like traditional TV and stuff, their spots, completely based on just their TikTok following, just the fact that they have all these. So I think it's a really important thing, but it's hypocritical for me to say, but I think it's difficult as well. I think
it's hypocritical of me to agree with you because I don't do it either. And it does raise an interesting, like, because people are now being discovered on TikTok. Please. Yeah, cheers. Thanks. No, all good. I did that the other day. Being discovered on TikTok. Even like you people like Bo Burnham and stuff was like a YouTuber before.
Yeah, I remember
and
when
then
he was
did the shift over to like...
I think he's definitely a special case though, because when I started comedy, he would just like... Back in the day when I started, I remember very clearly because he was about my age, so I really connected with it. And I love musical comedy as well. I'm a big fan of it. And
do you play guitar?
I can't play an instrument. I'm as tone deaf as you. I think like I was a big fan of Weird Al Yankovic as a kid.
Oh, me too. Running with Scissors.
Oh, it's like I still know like
a long time ago.
I know more of the songs because I was never a big music guy either. So I would just like. I would know his songs rather than the original, like actual. So it's like, oh yeah, Eat It. I love Eat It. And it's like, oh, who's this Michael Jackson fella? But yeah, I just loved his musical comedy, especially his early Bo Burnham's YouTube thing where he has a song, I'm Boyo. It's such a silly song, but it's so funny. I love it so much. And I don't remember where this question started, but yeah, him.
Online people who have like gone from YouTube and TikTok to mainstream.
I think he's the best. I think he's one of the greatest examples where he's also done something where he's like kind of out of the norm.
Yeah.
And he got to do this thing, build his own path.
Yeah.
And he was, the internet era is like kind of what we're in now.
Yeah.
It's a big, like people getting famous from the internet wasn't a big thing 10 years ago or 15 years ago. It was it was a new thing. So Bo Burnham, and for rap, like I'm a rap fan, Soulja Boy. He's not a great rapper or anything. No disrespect, Soulja Boy.
You Soulja.
If I know you're listening, Soulja. But he.
I don't burn any bridges with Soulja Boy.
That's what this whole career is going towards. I just wanna. He used to do a thing where he would go on LimeWire and post, like, get his song, but put the name 50 Cent into club and get like
right.
He would like make people get his stuff, and that's how he was a brilliant marketer using the internet. And I love seeing people that use that kind of stuff. But now it's such a different time as well, where it's like kind of promoting yourself. You don't need a skill really to become big on TikTok. You just need consistency.
Yeah, that's it. And I think TikTok is the only platform where you can post the same video like multiple times as well, something like that, where you don't get like penalized for it. I'm starting to sink into this couch. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, because I have the TikTok. The TikTok. Sound like I'm 85 years old. Wow, we're on it. Fuck Will Smith as well.
I'm on the TikToks. I don't know what the kids are listening to.
I'm on the TikToks. So, all right, let's talk about Rove McManus.
Yes.
So, is this the second time you've opened for him?
No, first I opened for Peter Rosethorn.
That's Rosethorn, yeah.
Yeah, so he...
Did you say Rosenthorn?
I don't know.
It's Rosethorn.
Rosethorn, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I didn't talk to him too much.
No, that's cool.
He was not... I asked him a question. Because, you're in the green room, you're not really... And I was just nervous back there as well, so I was terrible. But, yeah, they were both... I mean, I asked, like, it's so weird because I remember them as kids. Like, I remember seeing them on TV as kids, and now I'm, like, in person. Yeah. So I just asked them, I'm like, what's it, like, it's being such a big staple of, like, I don't know, culture in Australia, and it's, I don't know, they're just, like, normal. Man, it's, like, I just got into a thing, and it got very popular, and I used to watch a show. Rove he was an animator for a show. Yeah, Elvis. Little Elvis. Yeah. I watched that I remember watching that as a kid. I know the theme song in my head still.
I think it's a hilarious premise as an adult.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley threw away a kid.
In Australia. And the kid is like, now wants to be Elvis real bad, and he's got a friend that plays the didgeridoo, and they like tour, and there's a oil baron at some point. It's such a weird, like a fever dream kind of. But I talked to Rove a little bit, and I asked him I was like, because I remember watching his show, the Rove Tonight. Live. Yeah, Rove Live. He was so young in that. Yeah. I was like, obviously as a kid, I see him, I was like, that's a grown up. But like looking back, I'm like, he's younger than I am now. Yeah. So I look at he was 24, he was saying.
I did not realize that at all.
So young. So, and he's just, but he's not a stand-up, like he is obviously a stand-up comedian, but that's not where he doesn't, he's like multifaceted. He does everything. Like he's an incredibly talented man. So I don't think I'd like to do that. I don't think I would. I like stand-up comedy. I don't think I'd like to move away from, like, I did acting once. It's too many for me. That's like actual work. You got to stand there. You got to remember a line. Lines don't make sense after the 50th time you've said them. Like I don't.
Words start to sound weird when But no, I mean, I agree to a certain degree, but like acting feels like when you're on a set, and you're actually there, it feels like as an actor you're the least important person there, or the person doing the least amount of work.
I felt that there was guys holding big cameras and lights all around. People made sure that I had I was just saying I was pretending to play beer pong. That's all I did. Like I wasn't nothing.
But also, you're kind of just standing around half the day waiting for your time to be on set. Because I do a bit of directing now as well. So I'm like, I go back and forth to the actors, to the crew. And I'm like, hey, sorry, it's going to be like another hour.
Oh, really?
And they just sit. They're fine. I'm like, this is like the deep end kind of like, this is the best way you can learn what it's like on set is just by being on a set. But you do feel like you're the one doing the least amount of work, but then you have to take your part seriously enough.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
because there's so many people counting on you as well. If you mess up a line, it's like, our one that we did was a single shot. It was like 10 minutes or something like that. So every time that we had to anything messed up, we would have to do it again, and we had to do it again. It was just one shot, continuous shot. It was fun. It was so hard. I don't know how you do it. I don't like I don't like myself on camera, but I don't like.
Oh, I hate seeing myself on camera.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand it. Even this, I'm looking at the guest while I'm editing, and I'll often favor the camera angle.
Damn, that's exactly what I would do as well.
I can't. I mean, even when I've seen myself, like me and my wife have gone to movies and seen myself on an ad or something.
Really? That's gonna be fun.
So that was cool, but at the same time, I'm watching myself through one half closed eye, which is awkward. But with my students, when I teach acting, it's like an introduction course. It's like
really?
Absolute entry level. Yeah. This is what action means. This is what
okay.
So
I needed that course.
Great. It's great, but it's like I do a Band-Aid rip. I'm like, let's get you in front of the camera. We'll do a slate. A slate is when you're like, hi, my name is Felix. I'm this many years old. I'm this tall. I'm auditioning for this. And we watch it back immediately just to get it out of the way, just so you get used to seeing yourself, because you never get used to it, but it's always uncomfortable. But you do get
it's
used to the discomfort of seeing yourself.
It's like comedy, I guess, in the way the more you do it, the better you get it. Because I can listen to myself now in comedy, but before I was like, this guy stinks.
Well, when you watch other people do comedy, again, you're just moving right through my questions.
I'm too good.
When you watch someone else do comedy, do you often, now because you've been doing it for such a long time, are you often either predicting their punchline or coming up with your own punchline to their premise?
I kind of try and think about where they're going with it. I don't think about the punchline itself, but I laugh very easily. And I enjoy laughing, and I like watching. Even if I've seen somebody a few times, I'll laugh at their set, because I like jokes. I'm just a big fan of jokes. So if somebody does a clever joke or something, I love watching one of your jokes. The callback and everything at the end. I love that stuff because it works so well, and it's the efficiency of word. It's just it's really funny.
Oh, thanks.
Some of them some jokes I listen to, I was like, it seems like that's the only end goal. There's no, the joke or the punchline, there was no other way to go. It was just that, but it gets a laugh.
You can see how
I can see the way they went. Yeah. And, to me, some of the jokes might be really, not basic, but it's not very clever.
Yeah.
It just gets to the point. And when I see that, I'm like, but if the crowd laughs, then I'm like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Even though I might have seen it coming, then it's like, if the crowd likes it, then it's a good joke.
I mean, Adam Bloom did you do his course?
No.
So he talks about the callbacks. I'm a big fan of them because I feel like, especially if you're going to learn, if you're going to build to an hour, having a callback or whatever is great. Even in 3 minutes, when I first started doing Gong, I was doing the callbacks.
Callbacks are great.
Even in just for a 3-minute set, but he was like, I do a few of them, and he's like, I wouldn't do more than one or two. He's like, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of them. I'm like, oh, right.
Really?
But that's kind of how I trained myself to write. It was to I'm going to end with this and bring it all back, because I feel like it's like a reward for the audience.
Yeah.
It's a nice package for them now to go, he brought it back. Cool. Good job.
I love a call. I think that's how I got, when I won, I did well in Raw. I had a joke that had a very, it was something about, the joke was, I'm just 18. So I started clubbing, and I must have clubbed like 10 people. I'm getting the appeal, and then at the end of the joke, I'm like, guys, and if anybody wants to go clubbing after the show, I pull out this like massive club. So I was a prop comic, but it crushed like every single time, and a lot of people told me it was great, but it's
you dropped it.
Yeah, I didn't bring the. I mean, when you 29, 28, it's like, I just hate clubbing now. But that was the first joke I ever had. The first the clubbing joke. And I was like, I'm great. I'm Dave Chappelle, baby.
Well, I remember I watched one of my first sets back.
Oh, really?
I think it was Mad Cow, and I'm still doing one today. It was the thing where I'm having a conversation with my wife about having a baby.
Oh, that's great.
That was great, but it was like the first thing I did, and I'm like, I wonder how many jokes I'm still telling after a year.
Nah.
Turns out a fair few. But that one was one of the ones that it just worked because there was like a punchline at the end of every sentence.
One of, I think, out of anybody in like open micers, I think that's one of the best jokes. I can't think of. It's such a good. I'm not like it's such a good. Every single line, it's such a, you can really picture it. Like it's such a good, it's perfect. I think it's a great joke. I really like.
Oh, thanks, man.
I wish. See, that's why I'm not. When you do well and everything, I'm not. There's no jealousy or anything. Because when you have jokes like that, I'm like, you deserve everything you get, and more, because it's such a good. I wish I could write a joke that good. Like that's.
It's not. That actually came from an idea from a sketch.
Really?
Yeah. So that was written as a sketch thing first years ago. So because I was doing that, before we started rolling, I had a bunch of sketches done, and I had a bunch of ideas for new sketches. The sketch comedy thing sort of fell off. We weren't doing it. We're looking at doing it again if you're ever interested. But bring that prosthetic arm back out. And then so I was like, all right, I'm going to see if I can transfer any of these into stand-up comedy. And then I had that one, and I was like, that works as a sketch because you can visually see the husband and wife sitting down talking about it. But it actually works as a story.
That's great, yeah. That's such a...
And the misunderstanding
that's why it's perfect,
is like... And I used to... For anyone watching, the all 7 of you, the premise is basically I'm sitting with my wife where she wants to have a baby, but I think she's talking about having a threesome. But I stopped saying the word threesome.
Really?
So now I just go, I just start with like when my wife told me she wanted to have a baby, I feel like she was being misleading on purpose because she said she wanted to add a third person. Then I wait for that to sort of hit. And then every other line, the confusion, double meaning stuff, the audience gets to go, I'm smart enough to get this without mentioning the word threesome at all, and it works better now.
Really? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's it. You see that's that really is a good joke. I love that joke.
Yeah, still doing it after a year. I think I don't think I'll ever drop it.
No, don't drop it. It's such a good I mean, if you're doing it after 10, 15 years, then look at it. But if you're still if you're just doing it after a year, I mean, I don't think we're just trying to get everything together for like a Fringe show or something like that at this point. Like that's
it.
Australian comedy is it revolves around Fringe so hard that it's like you just want to try and get an hour or half an hour or something by February or whenever it is for everybody else.
I didn't do anything last year because I was still fairly new.
Yeah, me too.
But people were asking me like, "You doing anything for Fringe?" I was like, "No," because I've got nothing. Who am I? Like, no one's gonna. I feel like you do need to build up a bit of a like, oh yeah, I've seen him around, at least a little bit of that before you do something. I mean,
there's still like Lockie, if you just kind of are nice and you meet people and you go to the clubs and everything and you see people, then I think you will get, but I think for Fringe specifically, you kind of need it because there's so many people that come from over, you kind of need to meet them. And then they'll be like, "Oh, this guy was nice enough to check in."
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being.
Idma is a really, really great example. Like she's just around, and she did a ton of Fringe shows.
Yeah.
She crushed it, but she did a ton of Fringe shows, and now she's in Edinburgh. Like she's just doing because she's so friendly and personable that it's so easy to be like, "Oh, just like come on." Like, it's so. I mean, I don't know how people get on. I'll tell you, I did 3 Fringe things last year. This year it was one about Bogan. That was very fun, and then 2 that I bombed so hard in. Oh my god, 0 out of 10. It was so. I did like 15 minutes for both between both of them, and not a single laugh.
Oh, God, that hurts.
One after each other as well.
Yeah.
That day. It's a hard day.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It's all the learning.
So your progression is great though. So like, and it's like you're saying, there's no jealousy when it comes to people that you really admire and stuff as well. Like I don't think I've ever felt jealous for anyone.
Yeah.
Because I literally, when I sort of see that you and Martin Darcy's coming later today as well.
Oh,
he's amazing. You guys are both great. But when I saw that you're both opening for Rove,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, these two, like, I couldn't be happy for these two. If it was someone like, no, I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, it was somebody like my wife, no.
Because I was stoked. I was like, that's so cool, man. That like, and like I met Rove once. I'm going to bleep this, but when I did that job with
Oh, yeah.
so he was there.
Oh, really?
He came to see him, and he was like just the nicest guy. And I remember seeing him in this room with his heroes. I didn't do what other people would do and just like question them. I just sat there like a fan, quietly just listening to them. Because I was kind of thought if I speak, they might kick me out. Oh, Jared, get out!
I didn't know you were in here.
Yeah, just like the nicest guy. I heard him before I saw him.
Yeah.
But when I heard that I saw that you guys are supporting him. I was like, hell yeah! And it's cool to be excited.
Yeah.
For people in the industry with doing well, right? So like with that and with the competitions, like again, like we both got through the Comedy Lounge one. Is there anything from those, like specifically like opening for someone like Rove and Peter Rosethorn, anything that you've learnt in those experiences that you that's helped since then? I know it was only last night.
Now everybody gives some sort of advice. Because I ask, I'm not nervous about asking. It's like, hey man, what do you? Because obviously they know significantly more than me and everything. And I think Pinder was the best. He's given me the best advice. John Pinder. He's so good. He's one of the best in Australia. He was just telling me, keep doing it. He thinks I'm funny, and just to be silly. And being silly is, I don't know how to be silly, but I would love my entire act to be silly, and I don't know what silly even means. So that's like asking people for advice, and they're so much better than you. They'll give you advice, but it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's okay. I get you're saying words, but none of the words work together. I say jokes, and I'm struggling up there. But it was like every gig. You can have a great gig, and you can like at Rove. I did fine. I did maybe about a 5 out of 10, but I forgot one of my best jokes. I fully just blanked one of my best jokes, and then it's like, oh man, I was so upset because I could have done a 7 out of 10, but I got a 5 out of 10. And I'm just like, oh, it was but it was fine as well. And everybody that went there, they loved it. They all gave me compliments and everything, but it's like in your heart, like I know I could have done better. Yeah. So at the competitions though, I don't feel that because I see people that I think. Like if you've won Gong, haven't you?
No,
like not one, but you've got money.
I've not gotten money. I've gotten through.
You've gone through a couple.
I've gotten through many times, but I never put in the top 3. Well, yeah, it's funny. Like really, again, you can't judge getting through or not getting through on the Gong because you might have arguably and objectively a great set, a great 3 minutes, but the Gong want bombs. They don't want you to get through. Or if you can't, like, and you're competing with Wolfie and Jill,
like the best in the country. They're so
who come out with like energy and with like they wake the audience up. That's why Wolfie will go last. He'll come out and stumble into the microphone, and people are like, "Oh shit, something's happening!" And then so like he's memorable. He's not. It's not just the energy. He's everything he says is brilliant. And even if they don't like it, he calls them out on it.
Yeah.
So he's great. Hey Wolfie, you want to come on the podcast?
He's the. I mean, I think Wolfie is going to be massive.
He'll be massive.
he'll be massive. I think he's just he's like a diamond in. I was going to say the rough. I was trying to think of a WA thing. He's like the gold in Kalgoorlie. There's so much gold in Kalgoorlie.
Felix grew up on Disney movies.
Look, guys, I love Disney. No, I think we're really lucky in Perth that we have, even though we're so isolated from everybody, we have so many great comedians in here.
So what's next for you then, as we wrap up? So I started asking a couple of people this, but what's the name of your Netflix special going to be called?
Oh, I mean, if I had a Netflix special and I don't know. I like self-deprecating things, so it'd be like dumbass or something.
Felix Mav dumbass.
Yeah. That's like, it's not. There's no thought or anything that goes into. I really like self-deprecating stuff, and I think it's funny.
It could be self-deprecation.
That's actually
with
good.
Felix Mav. Yeah.
Self-deprecate. Yeah, but that sounds like I'm pooping or something. Defecation.
Self-defecation.
That's my
self-defecation.
That's my OnlyFans special.
That's great. And then, so anything else? This not gonna come out for some weeks, but anything else booked in that people will see you in?
I don't think so. That I'm nothing, no pro rooms or anything like that. I've got nothing there.
You'll just see Felix around at all the rooms.
Yeah, you just see me on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm usually whacking off. I'm having. I'm at UWA. If you want to ask me questions or call me an anti-Semite, that's just last week. No, I don't do much. I'm very indoorsy. I play video games, and then every now and then I'll go to an open mic. So I'm very boring. But no, thank you very much for inviting me on the party. It's great.
Thank you.
Had a great chat and everything.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, man. And before you let go, what's the deal with your the image that I keep seeing of you in braces? Is this this is your headshot that you're using?
No, that's I don't even know where he got that picture.
All right.
That was me.
For you guys, I'm going to put it right here.
That was me taking that was my school photo, my year 12 school photo, and me taking a phone picture of the school photo that I have. He posted. I don't know where he got it from, which is concerning. But I think I was 18 in that, or 17. No, that's it's funny. I think it's really funny that he.
Who took it, Brendan?
Brendan found it somewhere. I don't know where he found it. He must have gone into my high school yearbook or something. But no, it's. I think because I don't have a headshot, I have no. I don't want to get a headshot. I'm scared of getting it. I'm terrified. I like the mic and having something. I can't be
the images that I have for the thumbnails for this is all not microphone speaking ones. So I think I sent one for you already. No, I didn't.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I'll take a photo of you here. That's fine. Yeah, but anyway, Felix Mav, everyone, some more applause. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Thank you.